Adizes. Wonderful man. PhD, he's the developer of organizational therapy and top performance development and founder of the Adizes Institute worldwide. Dr. Adizes has made presentations to top executives in over 50 countries, served Fortune 100 companies, and advised world leaders. He was awarded 21 honorary doctorates, 2 honorary citizenships, and published 26 books in 36 languages. And I wouldn't doubt that he could probably speak every one of those languages. Please check out his website at adizes.com, ADIZES.com. Please welcome Dr. Ichak Adizes.
Thank you. I had 26 books before, now this is 27, 28, but my first book signing, this is the first experience to do that. So thank you very much for inviting me to do that, and thank you all for coming. Really, I feel honored. And I'm supposed to now to introduce you to my book. So let me introduce the book. It actually started, I was giving a lecture to some very respectful group of people, and I was on the panel sitting on the stage, and like he introduced me, somebody introduced me, thinking about all my achievements, all these doctorates and all of this, whatever. And then the guy sitting next to me on the stage whispered to the guy next to him, but I overheard him, he says, "But is he happy?" And it hit me. I was not. I was not a happy traveling the road of life. As a matter of fact, it dawned on me that I was never happy. And all these achievements, all this going 58 countries and working with prime ministers and companies and all of this, I'm a bestseller in most of the world except in this country. And they didn't make me happy. And then I also realized that I was never in love. And I said, what the hell this is all about? What am I doing about it? So I started the journey to find out why and what do I do about it. And the first starting point was when I was in a certain workshop and they turned the lights down and the teacher said, try to imagine your first memory of your life. And I remembered it. I was 5 years old, I was in a concentration camp, and there was no food. The only food we had was bean soup with very few beans, mostly water. And I was a 5-year-old kid crying a lot because I was hungry. And my grandmother, Gentil Calderon, used to give me her portion and say, eat, I'm old anyway. And then I remember them being put on a train and taken to Treblinka to be killed. And I realized that's when I closed my heart. I closed my heart because I had the fear that anybody I love would disappear. And I could not open my heart. I was also scared that if I love them, they will die. My mother, because of the war, Second World War, used to get panic attacks periodically. Always was wondering that she's having a heart attack and she's going to die. So I used to run to her with valerian and beg her, please don't die, please don't die. Because again, I was afraid that people I love will die. So I closed my heart most of my life, and I would not allow myself to love anybody. Even my children used to tell me, Daddy, you don't love us. I said, what do you mean I don't love you? I feed you, I give you the roof over the head. What do you mean I don't love you? They were right. Because in order to love, you have to be present, and I was not present. But then I made a decision that before I die, I will open my heart. Before I die, I will love and I will be loved. And that's what the book is about. How I opened my heart. And today I can say think I got there. I'm very happy to say that I got there. I have a loving wife, loving children, loving friends. I always had loving friends, but I did not know. I did not know. I would not allow myself even to know. I close my heart, close my eyes. So it's really a book about hope. Never give up. Never give up. There is always hope. There is a way to get there. It takes work, and it takes willingness to work. So I hope you enjoy the book. That's all. Now the second book is What Matters in Life, and the subtitle is The Lessons I Learned from Opening My Heart. So the accordionist is how I got to where I got. And then the lessons I learned from it is in the second book. So they're kind of accompanying two books. And maybe I will finish with the last page of my book, because many people that when I get interviewed on podcasts ask me, what is the last sentence that, before you die, you would like to say something? So here's something I got, which I would like to share with you as my last words. I got it from the internet. I don't know who wrote it. It's not I didn't write it, but I quote it all the time. And this is a mantra that guides my life from the days that I opened my heart. Allowed myself to love. Speak without offending. Listen without defending. Live without pretending. And love without depending. Thank you very much. Ready?
Does anybody have any questions before we begin the signing?
Okay, good. Questions.
I'll start. The accordion player is you.
Yeah.
The meaning of the accordion in your life, without revealing too much in the book.
That's a very good question. The only time I was happy was playing the accordion. And people used to tell me that I would transform myself. I was not the same person. My light, my face was lit up, and I allowed myself to express my emotions. So through my accordion, I could connect to people. So the story, the accordion is the way that I survived to be still feeling nevertheless. And the people that published my book said that's a good title because the story of my life is the accordion player. As a matter of fact, there is more to it. I came to United States, this is also in the book, with $50 in my pocket, accordion in my hand, with no ticket to go back to Israel. People jumped the ship, I jumped the plane, I have no way to go back. I was standing on the 72nd Street and Broadway with an accordion in one hand and a small bag with clothes for the summer. I didn't even have any clothes for the winter. Deciding that I'm going to study in the United States no matter what. But I had only $50 in my pocket, no way even to go to a hotel. But luckily I saw a restaurant that says Tel Aviv. I said, Israeli restaurant. So I went there and I said, can I play the accordion here? Okay, we are not going to give you any money. Whatever you get in tips, that's what you're going to do. So I lived playing the accordion every night. I got a loan from the university to pay, student loan to pay after when I graduated. But the only way I could survive was playing the accordion every night till 2 o'clock in the morning, going to school during the day, and the tips were enough to pay for my room. So that's what made me survive, the accordion. Any other questions? And you will see a lot here. All I can tell you is that I just got a call from somebody that I respect a lot. You probably know him, the guy who owns this company, the Fiji Water. Stuart Resnick was my client, and he says, I just finished reading your book. I could not stop once I started. So don't stop if you want. All right. Any other questions? Yes.
So I used to work for Dr. Adizes, and I know that you work with some very, very tough people. And I'm wondering if it was easier to work with them when your heart started to open, or if it was harder?
No. As a matter of fact, I was happier when I was with closed heart. Now I suffer much more because now that you really can feel, everything can hurt you.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit tougher. But it's better. Tamara.
I have one. So, what made you open your heart? Why made you decide open up your heart to make other people open their heart? Because personally, your book actually made me open my heart. Because I was in the same place, not afraid of people dying, but afraid of people leaving. And your book really impacted me on that point. So, what made you decide to open your heart to actually let people in?
Well, first of all, because this guy said, "Are you happy?" and realizing I was not. But that was not the push. The push came, you know, Jack Canfield. He invited me to his home because he was saying, you know, we have somebody we use here, which is a shaman, Peruvian shaman, and we take some, you know, some sessions with him. So my wife and we went, and I was telling him about, you know, that I have this closed heart issue. And he looked at me, and says, "Your problem is something else." I said, "What's your problem?" "You're scared to die." It really hit me. Because, as you will see in the book, we were hiding in the mountains of Albania to survive. And I got scared that I'm going to die. And for 40 days I was screaming, "I'm going to die, I'm going to die, I'm going to die." And then, till we went to Israel, I was really having a lot of troubles. I was post-traumatic, I think. And I was used to faint on the street going to school. I had no control over my bowel movement. I was really miserable. And one of the reasons why I write so many books is because I'm still scared of dying. And he says, so I told him, "So what do I do about it?" "You're absolutely right. Because I never allow myself to faint. Because, till today. Because if I faint, I'm afraid that I will not wake up again. So what do you do about it?" He says, "You have to experience death." I said, "What? I'm so scared of dying and I have to experience death?" By the way, it's only in my book. I said, "Yeah, because in order to love, you first have to experience not being afraid to die. In order to love, I have to feel." I went, "Okay, how do I do that?" He says, "I will help you." So he took me, I used to have at that time a yacht here, and we went to the yacht, and he gave me an injection that they give in mental hospitals when somebody is mentally uncontrollable. They are very powerful, but they are uncontrollable. They cannot be controlled. They give them injection to paralyze them. So he gave me an injection. I had the courage to take it. And he said, "You're going to now feel dead for an hour, and after that you will know what life is about." And after the injection, I really could not move any part of my body. Nothing. I mean, total paralysis. I couldn't move an eye or nothing. The first time in my life I could feel. I could feel them. He was there with his fiancée. I could feel if they love me or they don't like me. I could feel what they feel about me. I could not hear, but I could feel. And then I got an insight. Mind it, I still believe in it. We don't die. When we die, our soul is still there and feels what's going on. And I said to myself, "Oh my God, you know the quality of your life by the way you die. Just imagine you die and you're surrounded by people that hate you. And there is no way you can say, 'Well, let me explain to you what happened, guys.' You're wrong. There is no explanation, guys. You're done. You're gone. What do I do?" That's why in the Jewish religion you have to forgive people so they can go. Otherwise they're stuck. And I I said, I don't want to be stuck. What will I do? And then I realized, but you imagine that you're surrounded by love. Surrounded by love. You can do. And I made a decision that when I woke up, I was crying, oh God, I was crying. And saying, repeating the song, all I need is love. And I made a decision then, before I die, I will love. So when I'm surrounded by love, I can go. That was what happened.
Thank you, doctor.
Wow.
That's an amazing answer to my question.
All right? Okay, now go buy the book.
Okay, thank you.
All right.